Everything we need is in this room.
We are
The Commanders.
What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Hollywood Sports. If you are new to my channel, thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to Hollywood Sports NFL Minute. Guys, we got to talk about this game. You know, if you really think about it, guys, they didn't really play that bad, but it seems like they really did. If you look at these numbers, guys, it tells the story, okay? What they did one thing to Washington, and it ruined the whole thing. Let's talk about it. Again, welcome to the channel, guys. Let's talk about our Washington Commanders, man. We're not as bad as we look, guys. Look at these numbers, okay? You guys thinking, because when I first saw the game, I was like, oh man, we're trash. We're just not a good team. But guys, we're just missing those small things right now. And on paper, we're not a good team, okay? I mean, as far as the results we're getting, we're not a good team. But on paper, we got talent, guys. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But here it is, guys. I'm looking at the numbers right here. First downs. Would you ever think they had 21 and we had 20 first downs? Considering what they were doing, their defense was doing to us, would you ever thought we had 20 and they had 21? That's pretty close, man. So I'm saying what we saw doesn't really tell the story, okay? Let's look at passing first downs. They had 16, we had 11. That's pretty close, guys. It didn't seem like we did as much. Rushing first downs, they had 3. They only had 3. We had 5. First downs from penalties, they had 2. We had 4 first downs from their penalties. Okay? Third down efficiency. Now, this blew me away. They only got 5 out of 15 third down plays. 5 out of 15 as far as efficiency. 5 out of 15. You would think they did a lot better than that, right? Am I right or wrong? I thought they did a lot better than that, guys. Out of 15 third down plays, they only got converted 5. Now, we're coming to a story. I'm going to tell y'all exactly why we lost this game, okay? We had 6 for 17. Guys, that's not bad compared to them. Now, I don't like that number 66, only 6 out of 17, but I'm comparing against the Philadelphia Eagles on what they did also. We got to find out why we lost this game, but that's comparable. 5 for 15 for them and 6 for 17 for us, pretty close. Same kind of numbers, right? Fourth down efficiency, they was 2 for 3, which is really important, okay? And we were 0 for 2, okay? Now, total plays, they had 68, we had 74. We had more total plays. And I bet you we won time of possession. We'll look at that in a second. Because we were struggling. We're trying to get downfield. You know, we have to go to third down on every possession. Okay, total yards. They had 480. We had 240. Now this tells the story. Okay, that tells part of the story right there. So let's keep going. Total drives. They had 13. We had 12. Same thing, comparable. They had one more drive more than we did. You would think we never had the football. Guys, these numbers are comparable. Yards per play, they have 5.9. We had 3.2, okay? Which is horrible. That 3.2 is horrible, okay? Now, passing yards, they had 328. This is another part of the story, guys. Even though they only got 5 out of 15 third downs, they made the big plays when needed. That's why they threw for 400 yards. We only threw for 240. Okay? Because they were blitzing us on almost every play. We know Chase Ryer was hurt. Our center, we had a backup center. So what does Philadelphia says? Oh, we got to put pressure on them, man. They got a new signal caller for the line. He might not be knowing what he's doing. They saying he had a few bad snaps. Philadelphia just came at him, man. And they did man-to-man coverage. Our receivers couldn't get any separation for a lot of the times. Carson Wentz had nowhere to throw the ball, and so he got sacked. Okay, we ain't even looked at those numbers yet, and Carson Wentz got sacked. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the difference in the game. Their pass rushing and the way they passed the football. They got 400 yards. We only had 240 because our receivers couldn't get open. And matter of fact, Carson Wentz didn't have time to go through his progressions because of the pass rush on every single daggone play. Okay, now where we at? Okay, When we look at that passing again, they had 328. We had 153. Okay. But we go from total yards to passing yards. We break it down to passing yards. They had 328. Again, they made the big plays on the passing, guys. Kendall Fuller's got to straighten up, guys, and our safety's got to get better. And I'm going to tell you about Jamin Davis, man. People say Jamin Davis is not playing good. You know why? Jamin Davis is the kind of player, you just got to let him loose. Okay? Remember he got that sack last week? You just got to let him loose. He's not a kind of player that has to do, he can't, he's not that kind of player that has to go, he has to do this, he has to make sure for this, he has to cover this gap. He's not that kind of player. Jamin Davis is a loose cannon. You just got to let him react. Just let him play and react on his athleticism, his quickness, his speed. Okay? You just got to let him see what he's got to see and go attack. When you got him saying, oh, we need you to cover this flat, we need you to cover this gap, we need you to make sure, we need to run that player deep, we got to play as a team. Jamin Davis is not that kind of player. If you look at him in college, I guarantee they just let him do his thing. They just let him loose in that defense. You got to let Jamin Davis loose, and I guarantee you he will do some stuff, man. I guarantee you he's a reactive player. He's not a thinking player. He's trying to figure out all his assignments and what he has to do, and it's slowing him down. He's confused. He's not that kind of player. He doesn't learn like that. He may eventually get better, but you got to let Jamin Davis play his game. We got to say, let Jamin Davis do his. We'll put him on a blitz here and there. We'll do this. We'll put him on stunts, and he's a good blitzer. We got to let Jamin Davis loose, get some linebacker blitzes going on, man. Jamin Davis got talent, guys, but he's not that kind of player. They got to adapt to Jamin Davis. I'm telling you, guys, you see the flashes, guys. You see the flashes. They just got to let this boy loose. Let Jamin Davis loose. Get him out of all that thinking stuff. Just let him loose. All right? Okay. And then, again, Kendall Fuller, man, we lost Chase Wright. We had a backup center. So that's why they were blitzing us, guys. That's why they were blitzing us, okay? Now, we look at completions versus attempts. They were 22 for 35, which is real good. They killed us in the passing game. Again, our secondary has to get on, guys. And they were probably, they was matching up. We had linebackers outmatched. I don't know, man. We got talent on defense, guys, but I don't know, man. And Kendall Fuller's falling off, in my opinion. We didn't have William Jackson III. That was another deficiency. They were attacking the replacement corner. I can't remember his name, but they were attacking him too. And that's why we got beat in the pass game, guys. We were 25 for 43. I don't know what percentage that is, but that's not good. Only 25 completions out of 43 passes. That's because Carson Wentz had nowhere to go with the football. He didn't have time to go through his progressions and find the proper receiver. Our receivers weren't getting separation. They were just playing man coverage the whole game. Okay, yards per pass, 2.9 yards per pass we had. They had 8.6. 2.9 yards per pass. What does that tell you? They were getting the pass rush, guys. They were getting the Carson Wentz. They were playing man-to-man coverage. We couldn't get no separation. Every time Carson Wentz threw the ball, somebody was on him. Okay? That's the difference right there in the game, guys. The stats are pretty comparable. When it comes to passing on both teams, we couldn't pass and they could. That's the difference in the game. All right, we can pack up and go home now. That's the difference in the game, guys. Sacks, yards lost. We had 9 sacks. I mean, Carson Wentz was sacked 9 times. Again, what does that point to? Pressure, pressure, pressure. Man-to-man coverage on our receivers. He has nobody to throw the ball to. He has no time to throw the ball. That's the difference in the game, guys. I'm telling you. That's the difference in the game right there. 9 sacks. And we only had 3 sacks. Which is 3 sacks on a game? It's pretty good. 3 sacks in a game is pretty good. But they had 9. How can we score when we can't protect the quarterback? 9. Okay? Rushing. They had 72. We had 87. People say we should have kept the running game going. We had some success. But, man, we were behind. We got to go try to do something. Okay? They were throwing to the backside of the backfield. J.D. McKissick was catching passes. Gibson was catching passes. Man, they tried to get the run game going. It was going good. But, man, they fell too far behind like they did the previous week trying to play catch up against the Lions. It doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. Okay? Somehow we got to get up to a fast start. We got to understand what they're doing to us early and fix it. But we couldn't fix it this time, okay? Rushing attempts. They had 30, we had 22. Pretty much the same, guys. Pretty much comparable. Okay? Only 8, they had 8 more rushings than we did. Yards per rush. Okay? They only had 2.4 yards per rush. We had 4. Again, our rushing game was pretty good. 4 yards a carry is pretty good, guys, but we fell behind. Okay? So, they had success throwing the ball. They couldn't run on us, obviously, if they only got 2.4 yards per carry. So they threw the ball, and I'm telling you, that was the difference. They could pass the ball, and we couldn't pass the ball. That's the difference in the game. Okay? Penalties. Same thing. It's comparable. They had 5 for 52. We had 4 for 48. Pretty much the same, guys. Turnovers. We had 1 turnover. Fumbles lost. We had a fumbles lost, which was the turnover. Okay? Well, we look at time of possession. They had 27 minutes. We had 32 minutes. So the difference in the game, guys, is the passing games. We couldn't pass the ball and they could. Okay? They couldn't run the ball. We could run the ball, but we couldn't pass the ball. But they could pass the ball. Okay? Jalen Hurts was 22. Well, we went over that, but he had 3 touchdowns that killed us in the passing game. Let's see. Where's a comparable stat here? Gibson ran the ball 12 times for 38 yards for 1 touchdown. Okay? That doesn't sound like a lot, guys, but 4 yards a carry. He just didn't get a lot of carries. That's all. He didn't get a lot of carries because we fell behind. Okay. Now here's one of the receivers right here, D. Smith for Philadelphia Eagles. He had 8 receptions for 169 yards. This guy right here, D. Smith. Okay. He had 169 yards receiving. Now he was pissed off because Washington took no, he's not a rookie, I'm sorry. Well, he's like 1 or 2 years. He was pissed off because Washington took Kwame Brown over him. Okay, he says, where's Kwame Brown now? Where's Kwame Brown? I don't see Kwame Brown on the field. So he was pissed. He said, I'm going to dominate. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all should have picked me. He had 8 receptions, guys. That's, again, the passing game is the difference in the game. All right, guys. Again, we couldn't throw the football. When you can't throw the football, your quarterback has no time to throw, and they get 9 sacks for 58 yards. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We gotta figure it out, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta figure out we're 1-2. Now we gotta go on the road back to Dallas. I'm Hollywood Sports. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video.